Um, the topic of our informative speech is the famous tourist attraction in China and Korea. So there are many interesting and famous tourist attractions in China, and they are separated in different cities and locations. For example, like the Great Wall and Forbidden City, which many people know. But through this speech, I will inform you with several other scenic area which will surprise you. So there are many of popular tourist attraction in China that worth to present, but the first one I want to show is the Li River. The Li River is located in the town of Guilin. It's in the northeast corner of Guangxi, boasts some of China's most beautiful countryside, and is famous for the Li River. So for hundreds of years, this unique scenery has attracted poets and artists that has been the subject of countless fairy tales and legends. These days, it's popular with tourists from around the world and wanting to see this natural splendor up close. The best way to enjoy the area is to take a cruise along the Li River. The most popular stretch is from Guilin to Yangshuo, where the river meanders peacefully through some about 80 kilometers of remarkable rock formations and caves with romantic names. The second spot I want to talk about is the classical gardens of Suzhou, which is a really beautiful city. So the classic garden of Suzhou is one of the world's most important historic gardens. It is located in the historic city of Suzhou, which is in Jiangsu province. And these magnificent gardens were established in the 11th century, at a time when the city was experiencing unprecedented growth, and were among some 270 or even more gardens planted here. So of the surviving restored gardens, the most famous is the delightful Garden of Lingering, which is a 7-acre site laid out in 1800 on the site of a park originally created during the Ming Dynasty. And one of the most famous garden complexes in China is the garden boasts a pool, several attractive buildings, a man-made hill, a grove of peach trees, and a lovely covered pathway on the walls of which hung more than 300 stone tablets engraved with old Chinese characters. Also, worth visiting is the garden of the Changlang Ting Pavilion, which is a 2-acre garden offering many unique features, including like a double arcade connecting the inner and the outer sections. And finally, I want to discuss the West Lake, which is located in Hangzhou. That is also a historic city. So, and like few cities in China can boast quite the same concentration of splendid historic sites and ancient temples as the city of Hangzhou, which is the capital of Zhejiang province, located in the southmost end of the China's famous Grand Canal. And much of the rich collection is gathered around West Lake, like a 6-kilometer square stretch of water in the heart of the old city, which is surrounded by numerous hills, pagodas, and temples, divided into 5 distinct sections by man-made causeways, dating back as far as the 11th century also, and it's a marvelous area to explore on foot as you cross from one stretch of water to the next, along to be met with another cluster of fine old buildings. And part of the fun is also lingering on the lake's many fine old bridges. And one of the best being is the broken bridge linking the Baidi Causeway with the shore. And exploring Little Paradise Island with its 4 mini lakes, linked by the zigzagging bridge of the 9 arches, which is very well known. And be sure to hop aboard one of the May tour boats and the small pleasure craft available to whisk you around the lake, which is awesome. And yeah, so besides all the tourist attraction I've talked about, there are also still a lot of very fun spots that are worthy to go in China, but I encourage you to go visit those spots I have talked about today first if you would have a trip to China.